Hey everybody, DayTraderRockStar here with you on this Sunday, New Year's, well, not New Year's Day, but a few days. It's January 3rd. Let's get it straight, Johnny. January 3rd, 2021. Made myself get into the office here. I know there's been a lot of activity on Bitcoin recently, and seeing these 3-day weekends have been putting a lot of focus on the cryptocurrencies over the 3 days, where traders are so active during the week that they want to get into something on the weekends, and crypto has been a good spot there. So I wanted to go over, make a couple videos today. The first video I'm going to do, because I said, you know what, I've been showing the Bitcoin chart on the screen over the weekend here at DayTraderRockStar. And I said, you know what, let me run the RockBot on it. So the RockBot is a trading bot that we use here at Day Trading Radio, and I use it mostly on the futures, stock market futures, the S&P futures. You can use it on anything basically, but I use it as pointing out divergences and main pivots in the market. And it's an excellent tool, and it's offered to you get it free as a lifetime member here at Day Trading Radio. If not, you could lease it and have it trade for you, or you could watch it on the RockBot channel, which is on DayTraderRockStar.com. Also, there's a channel that you could just watch it and shadow it. So anyway, you want to try that. So I came in today and I said, you know what? Let me make a fast video. Let me set up the RockBot and let it trade the Bitcoin and see what type of results come out. Because easily put in the formula, put run, and it'll actually point out every place that it would have taken a trade, even so. It's kind of a back testing thing, and going forward also. So as you can see, this is basically, I want to break it down. We're going to go to, this is mostly for people who have the RockBot. If you have the RockBot, you're using the Ninja Trader platform. That's what it runs on. And I actually have a lot of information to get this thing set up. Actually, let's just show you that fast. If you want to get this thing set up pretty fast, go to DayTradingRadio.com, and you'll see an area here. It says RockBot Viewer, but let's see here. I think we could get more information on the RockBot. Is more information right there. So you want to click on that, and that's going to bring you right to the RockBot page and the Tradometer page. And there's a recent update here, version 2.0, fully automated trading strategies available for Ninja Trader 8. And there's a video here, kind of introduce you to it. And then there's a lot of education here of how you use it, videos on how to set it up, and other things. So there's all this information is here for you. If you go to DayTradingRadio.com and just make your way to more information under the futures pack, and you'll see the futures pack, the RockBot, and the Tradometer, both. You get them both. The Tradometer is a great tool in itself, and we'll talk more about that in another video. But let's get back. So catch yourself up on that. Now I want to go back to what we were talking about, is running the RockBot on the Bitcoin chart here and letting this thing set up. So what you're going to do, if you have this, you're going to of course go to your strategies, and you're going to pull down your Thunderbird 5-minute buy signal. All right, so these are the strategies you have downloaded. If you received the RockBot code and stuff, you download it on your platform, you know about this. If you don't know about the platform, this will just totally be you won't understand what I'm talking about. But download the or actually bring down the Thunderbird 5-minute script, and we're gonna, once you click on that, I want to actually disable it so you can see what our parameters here are. Apply that, and now the parameters over here. Now these things are already defaulted to like 8 or 4, dependent. They're already defaulted, because normally this is set up to trade index, like futures, like the S&P futures, the MES, Dow futures, the E-minis, the Dow minis, and this is set up by ticks. So this is where we have to adjust this. We have to do a little math. It's not hard at all, but we just have to realize that you can run this on anything. Like I like to run this on stocks, or run it on the SPY, SPY, or you can run it on Tesla, or you can run it on anything. Just have to change the input numbers here, because normally it's counting ticks. And in this case, a tick is considered when we're going to deal with stocks. All right, we're going to actually deal with the Bitcoin right here. So let's just talk about the Bitcoin and how we're going to set that up. All right, the first thing we're going to understand is in the case of stocks or anything that's moving on a point basis, not like a tick basis, but like Bitcoin. When it's going up, it'll be up dollar amounts. $1. So that's what we're talking about, dollar points. We're going to say that one tick, because that's going to be, everything's going to be based off a dollar. One tick is going to be a penny. So that's what you have to remember. When you're trading stocks or the Bitcoin, a tick really equals a penny. All right. And 100 ticks equals $1. So from that point on, if 100 ticks equals $1, 1,000 ticks will equal $10. 10,000 ticks will equal $100. Now, one thing I want to do is I'm actually going to look at the Bitcoin. I want to put in some random. So I'm looking at Bitcoin even without looking at this. All right. So there's nothing here. And I'm saying, all right, let me put in a channel. Let me identify that channel. That, as you can see, there is a couple channel lines in there. Let's basically get a feel for the chart. What I mean by that is how it moves within the channel. What's the typical pivot area? And so if we have a good move off of a channel up there, I'm just counting off the thing. I'm saying that's 33,600, and that's going up to about 34,400 or 34,200. I mean, you're getting over 500 points or $500 in these moves, these major moves. Here we have we're going to call it 33,000 on the dot, and it went up to 33,800, almost up at 33. So we're not going to get all of that, but we want to just kind of get a feel that if I put in an alert, or a trigger, where is my first target going to be, placed? Where am I looking to take the first, trade off? I know I'm going to get into the trade, but I'm just kind of feeling, what the true range of this trading vehicle, which Bitcoin is, how much of the move is made, so I can kind of adjust that. So I want to bring this back up, and I'm saying, all right, for me, I'm just going to put 10,000, which we said was $100. That's 10,000 pennies is $100. So it's 100 basically, but you have to put the 10,000. Second profit, I want to put 30,000 to 300. Now you can put it to 500, you can put whatever. Basically, I'm using the RockBot to identify the divergence in major pivot areas. It's automatically going to take the trade, but you managing the trades and understanding other things are going to help you stay in your trade longer. This is an automated process. I mean, we could put 50 there. I could put 100,000 and really look for a big move, but right now it's really about just scalping this market. So everything here, in the case of lots, we're just going to count this as 1 is 1. So 1 would be 1 Bitcoin. 1 would be 1 share. All right. 1 in a case of futures is, 1 futures contract. So in this case, it'll be 1 Bitcoin. So I already have it trading 5 Bitcoin. And again, this is you could put 1 there and just have it trade 1. You could put 10 there. You can put whatever you want there. But I'm just going to put 5 because we're going to use a scale out process and show you if you get any better gains. If it helps any, I always say it's better to let your trade run. And if you have multiple contracts or multiple shares, it's easier to do that instead of just getting out on the first trade. So we're going to keep it at 5. You can adjust it any way you want. Second target, like I said, is 30,000, which would be $300. And then the important thing is I'm keeping the signal bar low active on this. I'm not going to ticks. You could either go to ticks or signal bar low. Keep it on signal bar low. You don't have to worry about the stop loss ticks here. Which is whatever you put there, it doesn't matter. It's going to refer to the signal bar low. Now the trailing star ticks is usually a break even, because I usually match the trailing start with the first profit. So when the first profit is hit, a trailing stop will come up right at that level, or it will start at that time, and it will follow up. It'll start at break even basically, because it moved up a point. This is going to start up a point, or it's going to start 1 point from the price. The trailing stop, it's going to be 1 point from the price. So if you just went up a point, or say you went up 100, following up 100 would be right at break even. So that's how we consider a break even trailing stop. Signal bar low is set. Now you have to make sure you put it on the input series. You put it on the Bitcoin chart, not the ES or anything. Make sure that says BTC or whatever crypto you're trading. And I'm putting it on the 5 minute, because that's really, you want to stay longer to get the bigger moves. You don't want to play anything less than 5 minute. It's really choppy and it's very hard to do. Set your chart up right now. I put it on the Sim 101. It could be whatever. You could attach it to your account if you had to. Everything else is going to be just like this. The important thing is making sure it's on Bitcoin, 5 minute. These parameters are set like this, and then we're going to enable it and apply it. And then it should refill in all the places that the divergence happens. So we just recently had one right here, and it's actually still, I think, nope, trailing stop came in. But you could see what looks to be pretty good levels. It's never going to catch the bottom because it takes a minute to confirm. So we're always looking for that rotation back up. But like here, if you have this thing running, and I put trend lines up, and you see a divergence on a trend line, it gives you more reason to hold longer term. But all these levels, like this, took first profit, took second profit. It did continue up to the top of the trend line, but it kind of pulled back after second profit, and probably, the trailing stop came into play at that point. Same thing here. 5 minute divergence came in. First profit was hit, and then trailing stop came in. 5 minute long here, hit, first target, second target, and then trailing stop. So these are really, just eyeballing it, because I really haven't run this on Bitcoin at all. Here's one. Most of everything I'm seeing is the first profit has been hit. It really is looking pretty good. First profit hit, trailing stop. First profit hit. Maybe this one right here didn't look like it maybe dropped off really aggressive there. But then it had a nice divergence here on a 5 minute, and that led to one of the biggest moves. And like I said, divergences will point out the biggest moves in the market. It's just really great. Big pivot areas. Look at all this. Look at all this. Look at how this is really identifying these pivot areas. Now, I don't know if anybody's willing to trade Bitcoin on the 5 minute. There's probably a lot more people who use this trading the MES or things like that. But this is actually an excellent tool to track Bitcoin. That should be BTC. Why is it BCT? Sorry. Johnny. Let me fix that. BTC. Apply. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. All right, so let's take a look at let's see how well it, the only thing we could do is go kind of do some back testing on it, which I started to do already. Let's take a look here. So this is going out. I said, all right, let's just go out a couple days and run this. And this is what these parameters are in here. The parameters are set up. So I'm back testing the 5 minute. Same parameters I'm running. Signal bar low, Bitcoin, last 5 minute. And I'm just going back a couple days here just to get a feel of if it's okay or not. And Looks like there's a small profit here. Small profit, not much. How many trades? I just want to get a feel for what it's given us. So 32 trades, 23 good ones, 9 failed. All right. Now I was going back until the 30th. Bitcoin's traveling. It's trading around the clock. So let's go back here to the 25th. Let's go back farther. See if we get anything better on this. Taking a while to calculate all that stuff. Oh, there's a nice return there. All right, so $3,948 gross profits. Let's take a look here. That's pretty nice. It's pretty good. Average trade, when you think about Bitcoin, you're not talking about, it doesn't seem like a big gain here, but the average winning trade, $264. Largest winning trade was $600, and that's just taking it off as profits move up. But you can always adjust this. You can always ride on it. If we look out per month, that would generate $12,000. Longest period, 1.24 days. Profit factor 1.49, which you want to have it over 1. I've had some great results on the 5-minute. I really do point out that the 5-minute is really where you want to stick to. So that's basically just a look at the setting the Bitcoin up on your RockBot. Now, the disclaimer I always want to make sure everyone understands, especially dealing with the RockBot, is it identifies great levels. But along with great levels, you have to have other things. The levels get better and better. It's I have a high probability methodology spreadsheet, and it's kind of a flow chart, and it works off of 5 indicators, and all these indicators start to line up and come into orbit at the same time. That becomes a more powerful setup. So we always look for the recognizable channel, the reversal candle, the oversold stochastic divergence. We want all those to line up, and once those all lined up, you get that nice move up. Not that the move is never going to be the bottom of the market or the top of the market and stuff. It's just going to be a more aggressive move. Typically breaks through a channel that the previous move was in when it set up the divergence. So in this case, you can see there's a little move up, move down, move up, move down, and then we have a divergence, and we broke out of that. If we remember, we always put that trend line. You find a trend line, and that's where you put your you always put your target outside that trend line on a divergence. It gives you're going to get a bigger than average move. Now the other thing is there's always news. There's news. There's other programs out there. There's algorithms. There's black boxes, and sometimes a technical level come in, or a big like they say in Bitcoin, a big whale could come in and try to scare the market, to drop the market aggressively by dumping some coin, and it really sends algorithms, rolling and stuff, like here. And these are the times where you could get hurt, because someone, I was actually watching this at the time, and I pointed out, I said, there's a nice trend line here. Well, this is the first trend line we're starting to break. And usually you're either going to get a setup or you're not going to get a setup. What I mean by that is, in this case, everything was fine. The stochastics were rolling over. It wasn't oversold. By the time we got that big spike down and reversal candle, we had a divergence long. But during that push down, you did pull up here, and there might have been a big, kind of divergence, but then more selling came in. You could get chopped up in some cases, and you have to kind of recognize that, and that becomes part of the probably part of the risk of automated trading. I like to have it automate and take a divergence. I like to have it running on my machine, take the trade, and then me automatically kind of taking back control, manually controlling the trade if I feel thing or I hear news and stuff, you could easily get out. You're not just going by the script, because the script can't see any underlying market conditions really. But it gives you a definite advantage. It's such a good little thing here. Now, there's actually a nice trend line starting here too. We'll watch it. I'm probably we'll watch this. Make sure that's active right now. It is active. You can tell by it's yellow up here. It's active, and my parameters are set for Bitcoin and the Bitcoin 5-minute chart. So everything is running here. If it comes back and takes a live trade, I will jump. I'll start the video back up. But the main thing is I wanted to show you how to set this up to identify the divergence in here. Now, all right. Well, that's it. What I wanted to get across to you today on this short video. Hopefully, it wasn't too long. I am going to kind of keep this up and running for anybody who wants to check it out. I'll keep it running up until tomorrow, and then probably at night, as long as there's Bitcoin action, I'll keep it up on the screen along with the ES. So if you want any more information on the RockBot, please go to DayTraderRockStar.com. We actually have some great deals going on for the new year. Enables you to get access to the RockBot and the Tradeometer. The Tradeometer is equally as great of an indicator and a trading tool than this is. In some cases, it's even better. But you get them both. So check it out, DayTraderRockStar.com. I'm DayTraderRockStar, just talking about how to switch this over and play with it with the Bitcoin if you want to see how that works. I'll talk to you in the markets.